All these YouTubers hate this author, Chetan Bhagat. But why? I didn't make that up. They said it themselves.
Really bad. The stupidity in this book was on an absolutely infuriating level where, like, I just couldn't.
So, I don't know if in the future I will ever read his novels.
And Chetan Bhagat is a best-selling Indian author of all these books. So in this video, we will be reacting to videos of different YouTubers who said they don't like Chetan Bhagat. Let's find out if they have a point or are they just lying. First, let's check out Henley's opinion on Chetan Bhagat.
In this video, I'm going to tell you guys what's my problem with Chetan Bhagat and what's actually really wrong with Chetan Bhagat. And that is the reason basically why I don't like him. So whenever I tell anybody that I don't like reading him, people are like, why don't you like reading him? You're a reader, you should read him. But honestly, I'm a reader and that is why I don't read him. In case you don't know who Chetan Bhagat is, he's a part-time author and a full-time dancer.
Apparently, Chetan Bhagat is judging dance shows.
The thing is, his initial books were good. He did not try to improve. Even though his career has gone upwards, his books have just tracked the opposite route and they are really bad right now. When I read 5 Point Someone, I thought it was good. When I read Revolution 2020, I was really fond of Chetan Bhagat. But then I read this book called Half Girlfriend. I read half of Half Girlfriend, so I read Quarter Girlfriend, and basically I stopped reading Half Girlfriend after about half of it because of this one line which just pissed me off to a level where I just closed the book and threw it out of the window, and I don't know, it must have hit someone in the head and I'm really sorry about that. But the thing is, the line was something like this: Deti hai to de varna kat le. Like, oh my god, that's not how you address the woman you love.
You didn't like Half Girlfriend? I liked it. I don't know what that line exactly means. It means something like love me or leave me. But from the sound of it, it's a bit vulgar one.
In that book, there was this girl who was very good in English and there was this Bihari guy who was not good at English. And basically, I mean, the book was really written for being made into a Bollywood movie, and maybe that's why it was so bad. But the thing is, throughout the book, there was extreme objectification of women. And in case you have read Chetan Bhagat's books, you must have noticed the extreme objectification of women that happens in each and every book, which reached its epitome in Half Girlfriend. From the very first page, women are portrayed as an object of desire. And from the very first or second chapter, you know what the girl is, what the boy is like. There's no kind of character development. There's no thought that goes in their minds which would be something out of the blue. You just know what's happening. They're so predictable. They just do everything that we actually expect them to do. There's nothing surprising except in Revolution 2020, obviously. The rest of the books are really bad. Keeping aside the women or the feministic point of view, I'll also say that his books are not really well researched. He writes so many important issues without even knowing what they are. And the thing is, Chetan Bhagat's attitude is something like, I am the best author in this world, everybody is jealous of me, blah blah. And he does not take any sort of criticism constructively. There are so many people who actually give him really good opinions and criticisms, which if he had used, he could have been very good as an author today, but he is not. And the sad part is his books sell like hotcakes because he caters to the masses. And I say that there's nothing with catering to the masses. It's good if you do. But the portrayal in your books, the characters in your books, the same freaking plot of your books, the freaking objectification of women as sexual objects in your books, I really cannot tolerate it. And that is the reason I don't like reading Chetan Bhagat.
So what Saheli is saying is that women are objectified as desired object in Chetan Bhagat's books, and there is no character development. I completely agree with this statement. I also agree with that because it is the same concept I said in this video I made few months before. She also says that there is nothing out of blue. Only if she had completed Half Girlfriend, she would have known there is something out of blue. Not in our novels, of course.
Really.
1 year after publication of this video, this guy uploads another video in which he criticizes Chetan Bhagat and his books. Let's check out that video.
So in this video, I'm going to talk about Chetan Bhagat's novels. Come on guys, it's not a rant video. And you know what, Two States was in the news because its movie rights were sold to someone. So I had this keen interest in knowing the story before the movie comes out. So the book was good, really it was, and the movie was also fine. Theek. So after that I read Three Mistakes, and yeah, I found the book was also fine. So I wanted to know more about his writing, and then I read Half Girlfriend. I was first going for Revolution 2020, but then somebody just lent me his book Half Girlfriend, so I thought to read it first. I had a lot of expectations from this book because everyone was talking about this book before its release. But the story disappointed me.
He too didn't like Half Girlfriend. What's going with this booktubers?
And sadly from there, I stopped reading his novels. You know what my problem is? I'm a slow reader and I read books to learn the way of writing, and I want this experience to be good. If I don't like any book from a series or by a specific writer, then I don't go further until it's a recommendation. I liked Chetan Bhagat's books as a beginner, but I observed that his novels are more like a Bollywood movie scripts. And the another reason is that his writing is very simple. It's not like what you can say like Dan Brown's or James Patterson's or Stephen King's kind of writing.
Dude. You're comparing Chetan Bhagat with Dan Brown and Stephen King? Seriously? It's so stupid. I have nothing to say. I'm not sure if I want to continue watching the rest.
Stephen King's kind of writing, it's simple. I didn't find any complexities in his writing, which is good for the beginners but not so good for avid readers. And plot detailing is also very average. For starting a reading habit, I feel it's good, but slowly when you get more into reading, all you would be seeking for is a good story. And I didn't find that thing from this book.
So this YouTuber, Manish, won't read Chetan Bhagat's books because it's simple. Now, let's see what Phantom Movie has to say.
Okay. Before I start this video, I have a disclaimer. This video is based completely on my opinions. I do not mean to offend anyone's sentiments with what I say in this video. If you love reading Chetan Bhagat books and you have a very high opinion of his books, then that's great. You have the right to love Chetan Bhagat books and you are entitled to your opinion, just as I have the right to not like Chetan Bhagat books and I am entitled to my opinion. So let's just agree to disagree here and be kind in the comments, okay?
She seems so afraid of her comments. I'm curious what this video's comments look like.
Worst Chetan Bhagat book in my opinion is One Night at a Call Center. This book was a struggle to get through. I don't even know how I finished this book. Like honestly, I don't know how I finished this book. So the premise of this book is basically about the lives of these youngsters who work at a call center. So in that sense, the premise is interesting. But this story and these characters who are there in this book just have absolutely no depth. And the thing is, like, the plot twist that happens in this book is that these characters are going through like some really bad shit in their lives, and then they get a call from God. Yes, from God.
The book is just a work of fiction. It takes a little common sense to understand that.
God calls them in their call center and basically, I guess, like tells them what to do or like guides them into how they should solve their problems or whatever. And it's just, it's like Chetan Bhagat is trying very hard to make this a good book with like maybe some lessons, but he just fails miserably because the characters have no depth. There is zero character development. The writing is just plain lazy, and the plot points are just so implausible and just so stupid that this book was seriously a waste of time. It was seriously a waste of time. Now at number 4, we also have a really bad book, and that is Half Girlfriend. Okay, I know a lot has already been said about this book, but yeah, I'm also going to add to it. In all honesty, I could not finish this book. I think I got about halfway through it. Maybe, like, I can't remember
Why is it everyone hate this book? Come on!
honestly, but I just gave up. This book was just infuriating. It was just infuriating. Like, how many times does a girl have to say no to you before you get the point that she's not interested? Like, oh my God.
I have right comments to this.
She even has to go through the trouble of creating this asinine term like half girlfriend, which makes absolutely no sense, and you still don't get the point that she's not interested in you. Like, seriously, the misogyny in this book, the stupidity in this book was on an absolutely infuriating level where, like, I just couldn't.
Problem with these YouTubers is that they haven't even completed Half Girlfriend. Then they are blindly criticizing it. Those who have read the book would understand that Riya is into Madhav, but she is afraid of her family and all. And the best part of this book comes at the very end. Would you rate a movie after only having watched half of it? Yeah, right. These guys might. I also have a comedy video of Chetan Bhagat.
So we all read books. We all know about this author called Chetan Bhagat. How many of you have read his books? Most of you. So it's because of you people he is still writing. That too the same book with different titles. And Chetan Bhagat's career is in a decline, we have to agree. He used to be a very famous author. People used to go crazy for him. Best seller in the country, best in the country, etc. Nowadays not. Right? His career is in a decline, and I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this. The title of all Chetan Bhagat's books reflects his career graph. You guys have noticed this? 5 point someone, 3 mistakes of my life, 2 stage, 1 end at the call center, half girlfriend. That is exactly his career graph. That's exactly his career graph, exponentially decreasing. By the way, what is half girlfriend? Like, what kind of a measurement it is? It is not alcohol or omelette to measure in terms of half. Now I am very curious to know what is the other half. Hey, one half she is my girlfriend, other half she is my auntie.
Yeah, that's it. So what we understand from all these videos is that these people are criticizing Chetan Bhagat without even actually completing reading of his book. Most of the YouTubers were like, I didn't like this book from Chetan Bhagat, so I'm not going to read him. That's some reason to hate him, isn't it? Now that we are at the end of the video, I have a huge disclaimer. Mind you, I'm not a fan of Chetan Bhagat, and I absolutely hate the way Chetan Bhagat objectifies human in his novels. Characters in novel has no depth and same kind of narration every time. But to criticize him, you have to say more than just, I hate him because his writing is simple. Now that we have seen what other YouTubers had said about Chetan Bhagat's books, don't you want to know how I see Chetan Bhagat's books? Watch the next video where I rate all the books I have read from Chetan Bhagat. Thank you.
It's simple. It's simple.